Congrats, champ. You got ghosted with the same finesse as swatting away a nagging antivirus pop-up quick, no second thoughts, and with the certainty you're not worth a damn. She bounced faster than you'd skip a garbage track on Spotify. And you? Oh, you were left there, playing cheap emotional detective, sifting through old texts like they're hiding the secret to lost love. Spoiler, there's no treasure map. The only code here is the emotional flop you signed up for without skimming the fine print. She didn't blink when she walked away. Why? Because in her world where her ego's the queen, and you're just an extra you're worth fit on a sticky note with room to spare. You lost the game the second you played it with your heart on your sleeve. Adorable, right? But here's a truth bomb to rattle your dreamy little universe. You can flip this script, just not with sappy novels-length texts. Not with a guitar solo at her doorstep, and sure as hell not with petty Instagram shade. The slickest, cruelest weapon, the one that slices deepest. Silence. Not that whiny, dramatic silence dripping with hope, but razor-sharp surgical silence. Total radio blackout. Because nothing stings worse for someone who treated you like trash than realizing you're now untouchable. You've morphed into something she never saw coming. A better you, thriving without her. But before you swing this killer move with the precision of an emotional ninja, let's torch a myth holding you back. Thinking blocking her or dropping cryptic quotes counts as payback. That's low-budget soap opera nonsense. Real revenge is vanishing from her orbit, becoming that signal she can't tune into, no matter how hard she twists the dial. And before you duck out without lifting a finger, here's a heads up. This video's here because someone sharper than you hit like and subscribed. So do your bit, not for me, not for the content, but for the algorithm, that almighty overlord deciding who gets this wake-up call served raw. Enough with the sob story. Time to step off the romantic martyr podium and lace up the boots of calculated coldness. Let's dive into the method. No roses, no tears, and for the sake of all that's decent, no rambling texts. Number 1. The myth of emotional revenge, or how to publicly tank your dignity. Thinking you're a boss. There you go, imagining emotional revenge is flexing a mirror selfie with some profound caption like, "What goes around comes around," or faking a 3-day glow-up just to see if she flinches. Spoiler, she cracks up, hard. She's cackling with her crew, munching on snacks, scrolling through your sad stab at looking unbothered. Congrats, you're now the group chat's punchline. Posting a pic with another chick? Ballsy. She sees it, smirks, and thinks, "Aw, trying to spark some jealousy. How pitiful." Firing off snarky texts? She reads, chuckles, and mutters, "Here comes the meltdown." You think you're playing emotional chess, but you're stuck at checkers with half the board missing. This revenge isn't power. It's neediness with a Snapchat filter. You're strutting around like you're over it, but inside, you're clutching your pillow like it's your last lifeline. The payoff? Zero respect, dignity circling the drain, and you drowning in a cringe spiral. Want the real ego crusher? It's not pretending you've moved on, it's actually not giving a rip. Ignoring her like you delete a junk app. No fuss, no fanfare, no backward glance. True revenge doesn't flex, it shrugs. Because what wrecks a woman who thought she was the prize is realizing the game's over, and you didn't even notice. While you're plotting to make her regret, she's already tagged you another clingy mess. The harder you try to prove you're fine, the more you scream you're still spinning in her ego's gravitational pull. So, if you want to walk away with a shred of pride, master surgical silence. The void that roars, the indifference that unravels her. The real hit isn't shouting, it's shutting up, not chasing. It's turning your back so ice cold she wonders if you were ever real. That's where the game flips. The second you stop grooving to her beat and crank your own, headphones on, max volume, tuning out the circus she rigged up expecting you to play the fool. Let's unpack how this indifference, this deadly edge works. Spoiler, it's got nothing to do with likes, screenshots, or cheesy inspirational quotes. Number 2, the foundation of the cold method. or how to quit faking chill and truly not give a damn with style. First, let's get real. True indifference isn't that clown act you pull online while secretly bawling to your old couple's playlist. That's amateur hour theater. And heads up, she clocks it and laughs. Because if your chill takes work, it's already DOA. Real indifference is when her name pops up and you feel zilch. No rage, no nostalgia, no itch to creep on her profile at 2 a.m. with a burner account. Nothing. It's like hearing about a toaster. Neutral, irrelevant, disposable. And that's what freaks her out. While she's fishing for a flicker, a hint, a crumb of feeling, you flip the page and started a fresh chapter. This blank slate she hits when she tries to poke you, that's what starts eating her ego alive. Because, let's be honest, a woman who thinks she's the sun isn't wired to handle zero gravity. She can tango with drama, tears, jealousy. But you treating her like some random email signature? She didn't sign up for that. You don't block. You don't vanish. You show up but armored up emotionally. Icy, sharp, surgical. You reply with perfect grammar, flat tone, and a vibe that says, you were a moment, done. And that dismantles her. What used to be her throne's now a wobbly stool. Confidence morphs into second guessing and doubt. It's a slow burn poison she can't shake. She's wondering, is he really over me? Nah, babe, he's past you. Is he with someone? You bet someone who doesn't play love like a toy. Was I just a blip? Yup, a blip that's faded, and frankly, not missed. But hitting this level of frosty precision isn't about puffing up and wishing for the best. It's an inside job, a shift that takes you from emotional backup dancer to the star of your own show. Now, let's talk about becoming this untouchable version of yourself. The one she never dreamed she'd lose and now, by some cruel twist, can't touch. Number 3, silent upgrade, the you. She never knew and can't reach anymore. You dipped out, and naturally. In her head, that's code for you curled up, phone in hand, sobbing digital tears while stalking her Instagram like it's a thriller flick. I mean, how dare you function without the leading lady of your soap opera, right? But here's the curveball she didn't see coming. You're not crying, you're not creeping, you're not begging, you're leveling up. And not that fake new me crap with motivational posts and gym thirst traps. Nope. You're upgrading on the down low, cold, lethal, invisible, and that silence, it's deafening. You roll into spaces differently now. Your vibe's shifted. You're not fishing for attention, you're commanding respect. And the gut punch? You don't mention her. Not a whisper, not a nod, nada. She's static in the background, and that void, buddy, starts gnawing at her ego. Because in the story she scripted, you were supposed to be a wreck. She figured your life would orbit the hole she left, that you'd be stuck in breakup cliché mode, scraping by on emotional scraps and forced likes. But you don't crack. You don't broadcast the glow up. You don't flaunt it. You just live on purpose, steady, and the deadliest part? Without caring who's watching. You've cracked the code that guts any ex. Validation from someone who tossed you aside is worth jack squat. Cue the mind games. The new you steps up calmer, sharper, magnetic. Heads turn, doors open, all effortless. Because now you're the guy she wouldn't dream of brushing off. The same one she ditched without a second thought. Funny how that works, huh? And the kicker? She's locked out. Passwords expired. Cards declined. Apps crashed. Nothing stings an overblown ego more than watching what was once hers slip into untouchable territory. Hold up though, the best part's still coming. The real breaking point, the ultimate ego smackdown, hits when she tries to waltz back in. And oh, that's when your ice turns into a blade. Let's break down how to handle her comeback. Spoiler, emojis don't cut it. We're talking next level chill and way more brutal. Number 4, when she circles back. Or how to freeze her hopes with a reply. Even hell can't melt. She always comes back. Always. It's the unspoken rule of an unsettled ego. Could be a week, could be a dreary Sunday when she's bored out of her skull. But she'll ping you. And don't fool yourself, it's not heartfelt longing. It's curiosity itching, vanity screaming to check if you're still where she dumped you, drooling for crumbs and yapping for a pat on the head. How does she slide in? With those tired, recycled lines that should come with an expiration date. Hey, stranger. Dreamt about you. Saw something that reminded me of you. Pure poetry, right? Nah, it's her ego swiping the card to see if it still clears. Spoiler, for most guys it does. They bite with that pitiful excitement, like they've hit the jackpot. And boom, all the ice, all the growth, all the swagger melts faster than a popsicle in July. But if you've locked down the cold method, this is where you drop the hammer. You reply like it's nothing. No follow-ups, no warm fuzzies, no bait. A doing good thanks that deserves a Dignity Hall of Fame plaque. A response that doesn't feed, doesn't flirt, doesn't flicker. She tries to spark something. You hand her a soggy match. This velvet-gloved gut punch? Oof, it lands. She was banking on a hint of clinginess, a little flattery, a spark of desperation. Instead, she gets a bank teller vibe. That flat line, it leaves no room for spin. It's not hurt, it's not pride. It's clinical, ice-cold indifference, surgical, crushing. She's left asking, what did I let slip? Bingo, you, but not the mushy you who spammed hearts at 3 a.m. She lost the upgraded you, the one too big for her league now. Heads up, this only hits if you've built scarcity, if your absence is rare air. Nobody misses what's cheap, common, and clockwork. So let's dig into that next. How to make your presence so damn valuable she wants it, but can't grab it. Quick PSA. Fed up with being a doormat for women who see you as an emotional freebie? There's a digital book linked below to school you on ditching the nice guy trash pile. Either step up as a challenge or stay her disposable decor. No more yes ma'am to folks who don't earn your silence. The world doesn't coddle the soft. Time to be the guy calling the shots or cling to your last, hey stranger. Fake moving on is everywhere. Men who own respect are rare. Pick your lane. Number 5, regret kicks in when you go rare, or how to ghost with swagger and leave her pining without a word. Straight talk. You want her to rue the day, but you're acting like a clearance rack special. Always there, always up for grabs, grinning through the kicks to your pride. Think that's a winning play? That she'll go, wow, what a catch, I'm running back. Nope. She's thinking, phew, he's still on the shelf if I feel like it. You're not a pick, you're stock. Here's where the real hustle starts, scarcity. Not that over-the-top vanishing act where you block everything hoping she'll chase. That's a tantrum with Wi-Fi. The true power move is when you just fade out. Not for clout, but because you're too busy living a life she doesn't fit into. You don't block. You don't delete. You ignore like someone who's got no time for emotional fan fiction. You quit liking, replying, engaging. And guess what? Her sensors short-circuit. What was a sure thing turns silent. Predictable becomes a blank slate. And that blank doesn't yell, it chokes. Because it's legit. You're not hiding, you're gone. And that weighs heavy. The emotional ghost is the meanest. It doesn't talk, doesn't bite, doesn't budge. It haunts. The cherry on top? You're not doing it to make her feel. You're doing it because you don't feel jack anymore. And that, pal, obliterates. She starts clocking the unthinkable. You're building a world where she's not invited. Laughing, growing, meeting new faces, no pics, no captions, just silence. And that fries her brain ego, can't stand a riddle. Did he forget me? Is someone else in my spot? Yes or no? She's in the dark. And that uncertainty's the bug that starts chewing through everything she thought she had locked down. Every day your MIA is a memo. Her reign's done. Her safety net's shredded. Her grip's dust. What was a given is now a past she can't touch. But why does it work? Why does even a moved-on ex feel the sting? Things are heating up. Let's slice into the psychological gut punch of cold, calculated, quiet disdain. Buckle up to learn how to shatter her ego with finesse. Number 6. Why this method hits psychologically. Or, how to be an emotional glitch in the system of someone who thought they owned you. Let's ditch the mushy fluff and hit the raw nerve. This method doesn't work because you got a six-pack or started spamming deep thoughts on your stories. It works because you stabbed right into what runs the show. Ego. And ego, my man, is brittle, shatter-prone like discount glassware, especially one fattened up on late-night texts, quick replies, and ego stroking. When a woman thinks she's got you on an emotional leash, she kicks back. Your wallpaper a fallback with a pulse and a puppy dog heart. Then, you're out. No fireworks, no big exit. You just vanish. What happens? System crash, reboot required. Her ego's validation signal cuts out, and her brain, scrambling for answers, spins wild tales. Guess what? Those head stories hurt worse than the truth. She's replaying it all. Was he that good and I missed it? Did I ditch someone worth keeping? Yup, you did. But let her stew in that a little longer, because in that silence gap, reactance kicks in, that mental tick where people crave what they've lost the most. Cruel? Nah, basic human wiring. We scoff at what's easy and worship what slips away without a wave. The cold method isn't a gimmick, it's a pattern smasher. You stop trying, stop proving, stop twitching. And bam, you're the puzzle she can't crack. She braced for a sappy comeback, got a sterile void, expected clinginess, met self-reliance, and that, bro, wrecks her in ways therapy can't touch. But every big gun's got kickback. If you don't know when to ease off, you'll shoot yourself in the foot. Yup, there's a line where coldness turns into a self-made cage dressed up as control. That's next. Pinpointing when to pump the brakes before it backfires. Number 7. When to skip it. Or how to not be the fool who ices his own soul. Thinking it's checkmate. Before you wield the cold method like it's a DIY kit, hear this. Not everyone's built for it. Most guys can't even fake getting over an ignored text let, alone pull off real detachment. Think it's a breeze? It ain't. True frost isn't skin deep, it's core deep. If you're still sneaking peeks at her profile, rereading old chats like they're a rom-com script, or fantasizing about a Love Wins reunion, stop right now. Try this method half-cocked, and you're just performing. Starring in fake chill with a broken heart. She'll see through it, and then you're not just needy, you're a caricature of over it. Worse yet, don't try this in toxic dumpster fire relationships manipulation, mind games, abuse. That's not cold, that's you signing up for your own demolition. Using absence as a weapon isn't grown up, it's psychological trench warfare. And who's the casualty? You. This method only clicks if you're genuinely past needing her. Her comeback's just a cool, not a thank God. It's when you glance back at what was, then ahead at something way better with or without her. Cold's only deadly when it's real, not a shield, but a vibe. When silence isn't a move, it's just you. The fatal slip, obsessing over her regret at all costs. This wasn't built to punish. It's here to free you. She gets what she lost? Cool. She doesn't? Even better. The win's not her groveling, it's you standing tall. But we're not done. The knockout's coming. The twist that lifts you from emotional wreckage to untouchable king. Let's hit the no-return zone. No backtracking, just rising. Number 8. The ending she never saw coming. Or how to be the payback she can't afford. Here's the wildest twist. It was never about her. That woman who cut you down, ghosted you, made you question your worth. She fades into the emotional static like a skipped ad. because the cold method hands you something bigger than her regret. You reclaim you. It's not just a new haircut, routine, or crew. It's a soul shift. Your eyes don't plead for approval. Your stance doesn't fish for a nod. Your head's in, I'm the bar, not the beggar mode. You quit shrinking for tiny loves and start owning your space, full tilt. Then, like clockwork, she pops back up, because they always do. And when she does, she meets a stranger. Not because you're someone else, but because you're the you she was too small to spot. You're icy not from spite, but clarity. Distant, not a game, but a new wavelength. And she clocks it, late as ever for someone who only values what's gone. The guy she shrugged off doesn't exist. What's left is someone she'd kill to keep today. Too bad time's up. The real win wasn't her crawling back. It was staring in the mirror and thinking, how did I shrink so much for someone who doesn't budge me an inch now? This transformation's brutal because it sticks. You don't fake indifference, you live it. And in that calm chill, you pull in what you used to chase: respect, eyes, worth. She regrets it? Sweet, let her choke on that solo. You're out of reach now. And for someone hooked on control, nothing's worse than losing what's gone for good. But wait, the cold method's got one last layer. The quietest, the nastiest, the final nail. Let's dig it up. Silence. The last shiv. Or how to vanish so clean, even the memory stabs. She'll remember, oh, she will. Ego never clocks out. One random day, a song, a whiff of something, a dude who kinda looks like you, wham! It hits. But this time there's no echo, no unread texts, no stories to scope, not even a stray like to fuel the fantasy. Just the killer. Nothing. And that nothing? It's a masterpiece. Humans with their puffed up egos crave a big finish, tears, drama, a last gasp. You don't serve that. You dish out silence. Pure frost. An emotional black hole that swallows any comeback before it's born. She braced for a fight, got apathy, hoped for pain, found peace, waited for a sign, and slammed into an icy wall where warmth used to be. Silence is the final twist because it doesn't haggle, explain, or plead. It just lays it bare, harsh and non-negotiable. Time's moved on and you're with it. She, once your world's core, is now dust, a nobody. What cuts deepest? Not you thriving. Not you with someone new. It's you gone off the grid, no access, no reply. It's the hum of a void shouting, you blew it. And now I'm the one who's done. You don't say a word, silence says it all. You're not circling back. That's the ultimate dread for someone who thought you'd linger forever. You're a permanent ghost. So, champ, it's not if she'll recall, it's what she'll find when she does. The pushover she kicked around, or the fortress she built by screwing up. Drop a comment. You riding with the method, or staying the emotional trinket she dusts off when she's bored. Your call, but know this, the slickest payback is skipping it entirely.